Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Zinando. Today I want to teach you two things. One is the prerequisites for programming in Python. What are the things you need to program in Python? The second thing is we're going to be creating our first Python program and we're going to be running it on our system. Number one, you need a computer system with a sufficient memory. Number two, when you have your computer system, you need two important softwares. Number one is a Python interpreter. This program is going to help you execute your Python programs. So you can download it from the python.org website. When you've installed it, the second thing you need is a code editor. All right. Code editor is where you write your Python programs. Right. There are a lot of code editors out there. There is Notepad, there is Sublime Text, there is Android Studio, there is PyCharm, there is VS Code. In this tutorial, I'm going to be making use of VS Code in writing my programs. So if you want to install VS Code, simply type or search on Google and you'll see a link where you can download the VS Code. If you're using the Windows system as well, you can check out your Windows store, your Windows App Store. It is already there. If you are logged into a Microsoft account, you can be able to download it free of charge. So let's go to the next step, which is creating our first Python program. Okay, I already have a project open in my VS Code. So I'm going to start from scratch. So I will open a fresh page or a new window. So I'll press Ctrl Shift N. So I will expand it, right? I have to minimize this one. So I bring up the other one. I will reduce the screen width so that I can see the folder I want to work with. So I'm going to be working inside this tutorial videos folder. All right, all the things we're going to do will live inside here. So in order for me to open it inside our VS Code, I will simply drag and drop it inside the VS Code. Then I can expand. You can see our main project directory is now that folder, which is called tutorial videos. All right, and you can see here that it has some files and folders inside of it. So we're going to create another folder that will contain our codes. So in order to do that, when you hover over these icons, you see this one will help you to create a new file. This one will help you to create a new folder. So I'll click on the folder. So what do I call this folder? Tutorial codes. Sorry, codes. And I press enter. So it has created a folder. Now inside that folder, I want to create our first Python file. All right. To create a Python file, what you do is you simply type the name of the file and then you save it with .py. All right. If you want to code in JavaScript, it is .js. So for Python, it is .py. So any program or any file that you see that ends with .py, no matter what the preceding name is, and it ends with .py, that file contains Python program, all right? And it will be treated as such. So now for me to create our first Python file, we're going to be creating a program that prints hello world on our command line, all right? So now we're going to name that file hello.py. So how do I create this file? I'll first click on the folder where I want it to be in, which is the tutorial codes. Then I'll click the file icon, new file. Then it will request that I name my file. So I'll call it hello.py. Enter. So you can see my working pane, my working window is now open to the file. You can see hello.py here. So inside this file, I'm going to write our Python program. So what do I want this program to do? I just want it to print hello world on the command line. All right. So when you run the program, it should display. When we say print, it means display this. So, and in Python, there is a module, sorry, there is a function, an inbuilt function that is called print. So if you want to display something to the user on the command line, you simply use that function print. So I will just say print. Now, inside that print, I'm going to impute what the print should print, what the print function should print. So I said hello, comma, whoa, this is what I wanted to print. Oh, sorry. This is what I wanted to print. Oh, shit. Okay. So this is exactly what I wanted to print. Then I do Control S to save it. So now that it has saved, what is the next thing we want to do? We're going to run the program to see if everything is fine. If it's not fine, it's going to throw an error. But if it is fine, then it's going to print that word or that statement that I put inside the print function. All right. So now on your VS Code, you will see the bottom pane. If the bottom pane is not showing, you will see these icons, right? These icons are the section tabs, okay, the active section tabs. If I want the left pane, which is the file pane, to disappear, you can see it's highlighted in white. It's highlighted in white. If I click it, it has removed the file pane. If I click it again, it has activated the file pane. You can see the middle one. If I click on it, it has removed this. So if your own is showing like this and you want it to show the bottom pane, just click on that icon and it will bring your bottom pane. So when you look at the bottom pane, you'll see different tabs on it. So just go and select the terminal tab, and it will open you to the this portion here now is called your terminal. It is an interface that you can use to give command to your computer. All right. Now, um, it opens inside the directory, our project directory, main project directory, which is this one here, tutorial videos. But remember that our hello.py is inside a subfolder inside that tutorial videos. So what's the name of the subfolder? Tutorial codes. So it means that here now, I have to enter inside the tutorial codes folder before I can be able to access hello.py. All right. So what do I need to do? I will enter inside the tutorial codes folder. So how do I do that? I'll simply type this command cd, then the name of the folder, call it tutorial codes. Please remember to surround the name with a quote, either double quote or single quote. All right. The reason you are doing that is the name of the folder is not a single word. All right. It is multiple words that are separated by space. All right. And that is how Windows will treat it. If you don't put it in quotes, it's going to throw an error because Windows will think that each of the words is a separate command. All right. So I will then click enter. You can see it has entered into the tutorial code. It has entered into the tutorial code. So if I want to view the files inside the tutorial code, I will just type the command dir and I'll press enter. So I want to see all the files inside it. There's only one file inside, one visible file inside. All right? And which is called hello.py. So what do I do? Let me clear the screen, right? So how do we execute our code? To execute any Python program, you simply call Python and then space, then you call the name of the file, right? So the word Python is a command. That word Python is a command. It becomes active on your system the moment you install Python in your system, Python interpreter in your system. If Python interpreter is not installed in your system, if you call Python, it's going to throw an error. Your system will tell you that no such command as Python. But if Python is installed and you call Python, it's going to execute something. Python, the name of a file or the name of the file that you want to execute, which must be a Python file, then it's going to run that code. So we are going to simply run this code. You can see it has printed hello world. You can see our hello world. You can see our hello world. And remember, the reason it is printing hello world is because we are telling it to what? To print. If we just simply type, let's say we just simply type hello Zinando and save, then enter, right? Save. So let's see if it's going to print that hello Zinando if we run this code again. All right, so we'll run it again. Python hello.py, enter. You can see it is not printing the hello Zinando. It is printing only what we wrote inside the print function, because the print function is a Python function. So that is a Python code that is being executed. Do you understand? So if you got to this point, congratulations, you've been able to write your first Python program and you've been able to run it on your machine. If this is your first time joining us, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, share, leave a comment. This channel is basically to advance you from beginner to expert level in all the things, all the subjects you are going to be learning in Python. So today is just to set the stage for those who are coming into the programming world for the first time. So in our next video, we are going to be going into actual project, okay? Something, writing some more tougher Python programs, and then we execute these programs. Remember, we are going to be executing all of these programs on our command line, and if there is anything we want to see, we will use this print function to see it. We tell the print function print this thing so that we see it. All right, thank you and see you in our next video.